All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Sunday. Sunday is a work day. We're out here moving cows like we do every morning. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. It really helps out the channel. Make sure you turn on your notifications so you get notified when I post a new video. Like these videos if you like them, and share them to your friends if that's what you want to do. So it is Sunday, but we come out here every day. Sun, rain, snowing, doesn't matter the weather, we're out here. So that's what we're doing right now. We moved. So this group here is our fall group, and they're calving. We're pretty much done calving. I think we have a couple left to go. I said that a couple days ago and I was wrong, but this time I'm pretty sure we only have a couple left. So this is what we have left to pasture for the year. A little bit of a section here that we didn't cut. We did cut this portion here, second cut, but we left a little bit. Same on the top of the hill here, we left some just to give them extra feed. So normally we've been running our wire north-south. It's getting too long now though, so I have to run one like this, east-west. Our water line is unfortunately frozen solid, and there's no sight of it unthawing in the near future, so we're resorting to that creek over there where they have unlimited fresh water. So at least we have that, and it's not gonna freeze anytime soon because it's flowing. So we got this weird little cross check here. We're kind of using a temporary fence as a corner, so we'll see how that goes. That might be a little bit weird. We had a water trough down there. That's part of the water line, so that's scrap, that's frozen. And I tried getting it going yesterday. That's not gonna happen. Somewhere I had water in some spots, but there's a little spot somewhere that's just frozen, so that's how it is. But everyone's doing all right. I was kind of concerned because we had a fair bit of alfalfa that they could get nitrate poisoning from the alfalfa freezing. But I've been giving them small sections, and I think that's what's kind of helping them. If I would have given them this entire pasture, I think we would have had a problem, just because they run ahead of everyone and sniff all the alfalfa and not actually eat all this orchard grass and other stuff. So I think it kind of dilutes it. So cross our fingers, hopefully we're not going to get any troubles with that. So I don't think we will. So we'll open up this fence here, let the cows over, let them get their breakfast. All right, so they crossed over and they're getting their feed for today. So unfortunately we cannot back fence because they have to walk all the way to the end to the water. That's the whole idea for having a water line, is so that you could back fence and make sure the cows don't go back to where they were yesterday. That lets the grass regrow, and it keeps them away from their manure from yesterday. But in this case, we can't. So the grass isn't growing anymore, so that we don't have to really worry about. One thing that happens though is they go back to where they were yesterday and they graze it again, so they'll bring it shorter to the ground, and that could be a problem. So yeah, these are all little things that we have to figure out for next year, so that we don't do it again. So what we could do is bury our water line deep enough so that the ground keeps it warm. We can keep our water line running just a little bit of movement in the water will allow it to not freeze. So that's something we could have done, just kept the end open, let it run through a little bit. It's a waste of water and it's hard on your water pump, but something you can do to prevent it from freezing. Unfortunately, it's too late to do any of that. The weather's not going to be, well, we are going to get like +9 in a couple of days, but I don't know if it's enough to unthaw everything, and by that time we'll probably be at the end of the fence, or at the end of the field, and we'll be feeding. So that's how it is. So we did spread manure on this field. You can still see some of it, a lot of it actually. That's where we got a little bit of manure showing, but the cows are putting manure down again, so this field's gonna get a lot. Oh. Here's one of our youngest calves. You guys remember the one that ran away on us? He was the one I called the shithead that was running away when you were trying to move him out of the last field, or out of the second last field over into this field. Well, it would have been a couple days ago. Cute little bugger, he's doing good. Oh, I'll show you the destructive nature of the cows. They like to scratch, they get itchy. So they'll scratch up against these sumac trees and knock them to the ground, hopefully. This is all a big rock kind of ledge. Well, it pokes out of the ground, it's like a bedrock. That's why it's never been farmed. We have to just cut around it. We have bees. Beekeepers put their bees here in the summertime. But these are good little spots to put like hay bales and stuff, just to stretch out the pasture a little bit. And there is dirt on top of it, so it will make mud if they're here for a long time, but it's not going to wreck the field because it's nothing really growing here. So I did bush hog it. Oh, somebody left the beehive behind. So the bees have been gone for some time now. They come out pretty early. I'm pretty sure they would die now. They were out, a little too cold for them. So yeah, we'll bring a hay bale up here maybe. Let them rattle that out. And they got a fair bit of feed here, so it'll be good for the day. Get some older alfalfa that lost all its leaves and matured. So we're gonna be moving our spring group in Massillon. We're gonna have to be bringing them home Monday. So we're gonna be hauling them with truck and trailer. It's about 80 pairs and about 10 pairs of fall group calves and 80 pairs of spring group calves. So it's gonna be a long day. We usually have 2 trucks and 2 trailers hauling. But the second trailer we usually borrow from our neighbor. Our neighbor actually comes and drives. We haven't heard from him yet, so we're a little concerned that we might not be getting that truck. Looking around, I might just borrow one from a fellow farmer. So hopefully we got 2 trucks and trailers hauling, because it's a 12-hour ordeal if we have just one truck. So we got to go to Massillon now and actually put them in their last pasture. They could have been there a little bit longer. I could probably keep them there till Wednesday, but weather's looking good for Monday, so we're gonna take them then. I just don't want any bales over the winter staying, because we have bales out there. We've been feeding on top of the pasture, so I want to get those all cleaned up. Otherwise they're going to be there all winter, and it's going to be a waste. So we got to go there. Haven't been there on a Sunday in a long time, but it's the last time, so I'll be happy. I won't have to go there anymore, and we'll start winter feeding already. Alright, the cows were here. I had to bring them up and around, but now they're in the last pasture for the season. I'm tickled pink here. So we got a little bit of newborn calves. You guys are doing good too. No maintenance for them. They're wild though. They're gonna be fun to catch. Another little one. I think we got 6 little ones here. And some big steers. I gotta tell you, some nice wiener calves. Apparently even the... Oh, we got some nice wiener calves. We got some small wiener calves. Look at him. So yeah, we never loaded up that many young calves out of this pasture before. We did. There's always one. I think we had one last year, because we usually took the group home before they calved. We had to put them in the barn and all that stuff. And now that we just leave them out on pasture, we never came to get them, so they kind of just became part of the herd. So now we have a lot of little calves to catch, to load up. It's okay that once they're in the corral, it'll be fine, because it's all page wire. They're not gonna sneak out. It's just getting them in there. So this goes up to a corner, and that corner opens up, and that goes into the corral. So there's not really much of an alley or anything. I might make a temporary one like this, so then I'll have to bring the cows around and put them in. But you know how it is with the little calves going under the wire. So we have to try to maybe push them ahead of the herd and try to keep them in the herd, just so they're not in the back, because they get lost once they're behind the herd. So there is a lot of grass here. We like to keep this pasture not bare. We like to keep it pretty thick, and that's how it's been, because we start the cows here in the springtime, so we like to have some good grass. The geese don't tend to come here because it's a little close to the road, but I really just want to start calving in June. I think that's going to be what it's going to come to in the future. We're going to bring the spring group here with no calves, pregnant cows, drop them off on pasture, start rotating, start calving as we go. It's just a lot of risk at the beginning, so we have to slowly integrate. So I don't know how we're going to do that, but we got to get cows calving on pasture, because it seems to be the way to go, and everything else is just does not work. These calves, I cannot believe how these calves, you know, you're always gonna have maybe two out of 10. Well, no, we didn't have a single loss with the 10 calves or 10 cows that were calving here. So mind you, they haven't all calved yet, so maybe at the end we'll lose one, but that's been really nice. I really enjoy it. Look at the size of this little hairy prick. So that is a calf. Oh, he's a twin. 8141. Okay, so that's one of the cows we lost to the Yonis. Look how tiny he is. He's maybe 300 pounds. I'll show you some nice calves. Say that's about the average size calf right now. Look at the grass here, my God. They're not even eating hay bales, they're just grazing. So, little guys. I'd like to count the little guys so we know. I want to say 6, but I might be wrong. God. You guys don't have to come home, you stay here. Fucking, if you had 200 acres like that, we'd be good. Till January. Cows are shitting nice and thin, not too thin. About 100 head short, but still a nice herd. Yeah, look at the fucking eyes on you, but my God. Either gonna be a shit show or it's gonna be a shit show. So she's a cull cow, she's going. Wanted to ship her before she calved, but look at the calf that she's got. She did all right for a 2-teater. All right, so that's where the cows are gonna be for now. The last pasture. I left the gate open so they can come right into this corral here. All the gates are closed. I got this physical barrier closed up, and I got a little electric wire running there so they can't come into this alley. They can only come here. Just to get them familiar with the spot so they can run in, I put a poly wire there to block the alley from them going down, but little calves can still go under. And this is where we're gonna be putting all the cows when they come in to get loaded up. And this is the loading alley. We're gonna put a gate, metal gate here. The truck comes in and the big wide door opens up and then they go. So yeah, then we can bring this four-wheeler home, give it a good wash. So this four-wheeler's 2 years old, 2,327 kilometers and 245 hours. This four-wheeler has never done anything but drive on this farm, so I do about 1,000 kilometers on the four-wheeler, just moving these cows around on pasture every year. So it goes to show how much we rely on our four-wheelers, and that's why I bought a brand new four-wheeler, because we need it to be reliable. We can't be, you know, halfway through moving cows and oh, a four-wheeler dies, you know, it started, doesn't start, you know. That's why I like new stuff. And this has been its garage. See all the salt and mineral we went through in a whole year. That's gotta get cleaned up. And then we might have to put a new floor in this trailer. She's a bit rough. Neighbors combining corn. All right, we're moving them. Bringing them into the corral. We got Devin down at the end. Just brought them up to this hill alongside the road, and we're going straight. They devoured all the feed, so they're not hungry, but they're gonna be hopefully following us. We'll see once they're in. They're not in yet. Up Tessa, come on! Up Tessa, come on! Up Tessa! They're all feeding. They're still grazing and eating hay. It's gonna be tricky. All right, so they didn't go in the way we wanted them to go in that corner of that paddock over there. So we had to bring them out of that paddock into this paddock here. Then we're gonna put them in this paddock and then run them down the alley like it's meant to be. We've always done it like that, and I was thinking maybe we could do it differently, but 20 some odd years of doing it that way, we should just keep doing it like that. So that's what we're doing. Cows are slow. They're full. They've been eating all day yesterday and today, this morning, so they're not too quick. They're not hungry. So they just very, very slow. But they're coming. Up that sack, come on! I don't have to worry about them being too wild and crazy today. I think it's gonna be pretty slow going. It's already 10:30. It's gonna be be hauling into the night, I think. It'll get dark around 4 o'clock, so yeah, we'll be hauling into the dark for sure. All right, we got them down into the alley. Now they're going up the hill they go into the corral. So that worked a little better, but like I said, they're not there yet. Just takes a couple of them to turn around and head back. So we gotta make sure these little guys keep, I think he's the youngest, gotta make sure he keeps up. We also got Jenny and the other one, slow pokes. Works good like this though. Come on, let's go now! Up, up, up! Alright, I need both hands. Alright, everyone's in the corral. For the most part. Now we gotta get them into the alleyway leading into the truck. Holy Frenchman, that's a Frenchman truck. So we gotta open this up, wide open. All right, so everyone's in the, well, half of them are in the alley here. We got a couple out there. We got 11 or 10 cows in here and 7 in the other trailer. So we'll be hauling 17 cows. 17 cows in one haul. So transport police are out today, so we're probably gonna get pulled over. Hopefully not. Huh? We got a burnt light on the trailer. We don't know what it is. It's weird. It's like the daytimes don't work, but when we brake, it comes on. When we park or when we put the flasher on, it works. So I just gotta kind of sort of follow behind him tight. See, now they're on. Kind of weird, but triple lock everything. You gotta really. I love that trailer. My God. Oh, they already got some feed. That's how you haul cows. Yeah, I like that. Another load. This is 4 and 5, or 5 and 6, this load. Going out. Snowing, of course. Another load. This is 7 and 8, I believe. Well, good. All right, welcome back to another video, everybody. So it's the next day, and we got everybody home. Everybody, as in all the cows and calves. So we did some bedding in the barn, and we fed them this morning. We gave them 4,000 pounds of TMR, grass and cornage, or corn silage and grasslage mixed together, and 2 hay bales. It's a pretty full barn, I gotta say. Not enough room for everybody, but they won't be here for very long. Probably the end of December or so. Once it freezes up, then we'll wean them all and get them out of here. We still got to get the young calves out of here yet. So we got some cull cows to send to the sale. We got to wean the calves, castrate them, vaccinate them. Same with the cows. Well, some of the cows. And evomect them, so put a delicer on their back. So, lots to do, but we gotta finish up the pasture yet. We gotta empty all the water bowls and drain the water line. So we gotta go turn the main water supply off, open all the taps, and then we're gonna rent an air compressor that blows all the rest of the water out of the line. We leave it blow out for about 6 to 8 hours, and that usually gets all the water out of the line, just so we don't have to deal with broken pipes in the springtime. Been doing this for a long time, so it seems to work out pretty good. So we just got to go do that before it gets cold. If the pipes are already frozen, we can't blow them out, so we got to do that before everything freezes up. And I can finally go pick up my four-wheeler and bring it home, wash it, oil it, grease it, change the oil, do all that stuff to it, put it away for the winter. I did 1,000 and some kilometers this year on pasture with the four-wheeler. So good thing I didn't have to walk that. All right, so this is the hub of the water distribution system for our cows. So that's where it comes in from the city. So there's a water line going underneath the road, going all the way to the town of Masso. So that comes from there. We have a pressure reducer so that we don't blow everything up. We have a pipe that goes out to our neighbor over there, and this is the main line that goes directly across the pond somewhere over to the pasture. So our pasture just starts over there. The new pasture that we made was just here, that the cows we were first feeding our cows in there. Anywho, but there's a blowout, so there's a little pipe that goes out into the bay here that we can control with the valve down right there. So we got to hook our compressor up to there and blow those lines out. But first we got to go open all the taps at each and every water bowl so that the water can come out. The main water is turned off now, so there's no more new water going in the pipe. Before I forget, I'm going to clean up all my garbage, mineral bags and salt bags I've accumulated over the year in the shed where I keep the four-wheeler. So get that all cleaned up. This is the floor I'm talking about. I don't know if it's going to survive much longer. This old trailer, she's pretty rotten out. The axle actually fell out the other day. How rotten this thing is. So yeah, I don't know what the floor looks like. It's all styrofoamed in, so it's nice closing some stuff up and saying to yourself, see you next year kind of thing. Gonna be back here next year. Wow. I love doing this as much as ever, but it's nice to, you know, especially late into the season like now, we got the most out of this pasture. It's nice to close it up and, you know, call it a year. I got no problem with that. Change the stuff up a little bit. Won't have to come here every 3 days. So just gotta make sure we winterize everything, do everything properly, and we won't have any headaches next year. So we made a little bit of mud here, not too bad. This alley, not so much. I remember last year it was like so dry. It was like nothing ever came here. Didn't look like anything. So I was looking for baby calves. You never know. Sneaky little buggers like to hide when they get scared. And they do a good job hiding. But I think we got them all. Pretty sure we got them all. Alright, so this is what we gotta do. We gotta pull the plugs on all the tubs so that when it rains or snows, it doesn't build up with water inside and freeze and crack the tub, even though this tub is already cracked. They are junk. And we're gonna go unhook this. First, close it. this up. And we're just gonna let it drain out. See, there's not much pressure, but we got a line running down here from the main, so gravity will do the trick there. All right, same thing with this water trough. See how thick the ice is. There's been no cows drinking on this one, so this is part of the main line. This water trough here, and it's at the end. There's nothing. We got a route. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We got to round up. I don't know what I want to say. We got to roll up. Yeah, that's the word. We got to roll up all this garden hose because the rats and muskrats, whatever, rodents like chewing on this rubber in the middle of the winter for some reason. And that's $100 a garden hose, so you got 10 of them. Gets expensive. Mind you, we're going to be putting in new water trough next year, all metal, so can't wait for that to happen. Alright, that's tub number 3. This one's in good shape still. Doesn't leak. Just the area around it. Pretty washed out. Could use some gravel here. So we're down here in the south pasture on the reserve side, far east. Look at all these trees being cut by the beaver. I'm happy to see that. Cleaning them up. A lot of these trees I wanted to start cutting because they're starting to really get thick in there, but it looks like the beaver's doing it for me. Right next to a big pond, so you can imagine how many beavers are in there. So, happy to see that. Just don't want to drive over them. Oh, a lot of fresh cuttings too. Just gonna be cleaning that all up, hopefully. There's another one here. Good job, buddy. Oh yeah, look at them all here. Wow. That's good, because there's a lot in there. He's going to be busy for a while. You can see the slides sliding in and out there. Oh, he's right there. There he is. Coming up to the shore. There's that a muskrat. Anywho, alright, second last water bowl. This one's in good shape too. Just starting to get eroded around the edges. Oh, I forgot to open that tent. Anywho, this pasture next year is getting split in half. It's far too big and too hard to manage when it's big like that. We just end up keeping them in here too long. I think I kept them in here like for a week last rotation, and they just go over it too much and it doesn't come back fast enough. So we're gonna split it right down at an angle so we can still use the same watering point, and that way we can maybe manage it a little bit better. I think that might work. All right, so we got one more water trough to do. All right, so we're all loaded up. Mineral feeder got a little blasted with more mud than I wanted. Well, I can officially say we're done here. We gotta go go home, unload, unhook, head to the rental place, get the air compressor, set it up, and let her go. All right. Oh, it's all hooked up. Close, open. And we're gonna go open this. here. All these fittings are loose. I don't think that's a problem. Air's pretty free and there's a lot of air around, so should be alright. Alright, so it's 3 o'clock now. Just gonna let it go till tomorrow at 3. Let it go all overnight. What it likes to do is, if it overheats or if it heats up, it has an automatic shut off. And you don't know. And then you don't know it's off. And then you waste a whole day. So I'll have to come check on it. Last time I had a different one. It's not the same, but it overheated. I just kept the hood open. With this one, the shocks are broken on the hood, so I can't stay open. So I just cracked it a little bit. But we're gonna leave that there, let it do its thing. I'm not too worried about anybody stealing it. And then we'll come get it tomorrow and bring it back. Easy peasy. Oh, I just put a crowbar there to keep the hood up. That should do it. Keeping the heat out.